Here's a little story that must be told.
Hey, check this out. All you motherfucking niggas that call yourselves pimps, players, hustlers, trying to get the ladies, the gold and the silver. Well, first thing, let's talk about the honeys. This is the story that I'm gonna tell you.
Here's a little story that must be told.
At this time.
Hello everyone, I am the Reverend Point Blank, and first of all I'd like to thank CAN TV for all of the things that they've allowed us to do, which refers to explicit language, being straightforward. Now one of the reasons why I say that is because they've been listening to hither, thither, and thou shalt not kill, and you reap what you sow. This has been going on reportedly for 2,000 years. And when I look at that, I think, wow, we still have a problem in all these Christian people. They know what the Bible says. They know what the Bible is implying. They understand the commandments of the Word of God. But yet, we have this. And in this, we have choices. And so my choice is, I know that I'm in Rome. And when you're in Rome, you got to do like the Romans. And most of the people that I deal with are not Christian so-called people. They are real people in the streets. They don't mind telling the truth. They tell it like it is. They don't play. And they don't believe in all that hocus pocus. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe in God. What I am saying is that I've never seen God outside of the fruits, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, and oxygen that keep me alive. And soon as I don't have those things, I will be back in the ground, dead, my physical body, and over years someone will be eating fruits and vegetables out of me. So understanding that is a systematic operation of the rotation and how life works. So if you plant apple seeds, you get apples. If you plant oranges, you get oranges. You can't get bananas if you plant apple seeds. So your words and your deeds are your seeds, and the hearts of people is the ground. What's in their head is the weather. What is so difficult about that to figure out? So I'm thanking CAN TV because they've allowed us to express my constitutional right, my freedom of speech. Now, I realize they have to show it at a certain time. We don't want children watching this. It's up to the parents to teach their kids. And one of the problems is the parents aren't teaching their kids. They're not necessarily, they may be teaching them, but they don't necessarily show them in their lifestyle. So that can become a big problem when raising a family. Your actions speak louder than your words. You can't say, do as I say, not as I do. So I applaud them because it's a local Chicago CAN TV station that is available for anyone who lives in Chicago to express their views and say how they feel. Now, we're not resorting to any violence or fighting or killing. We're speaking, we're communicating. This is how and what should be happening in our White House, in our Congress, in our Senate. They are fighting each other, just as many of us are in our communities. They're fighting each other about what they disagree on instead of dealing with the fact of what they agree on so that they can resolve that. And once we deal with that, all these other things will fall in place. We can deal with these other things that we don't agree on later. I think that right now, if I was to be considered someone in that, I would never want to work in a political position because it's too much jogger, it's too much skirting, there's too much side playing, there's too much money on the side. I don't live my life based on money. By the way, CAN TV doesn't charge you to produce your show, but you do have to pay to learn to use their equipment. Obviously, they don't want you taking out very expensive thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment and you don't know how to use it. So I applaud them and I take my hats off to them because, and and I do have many hats. I take my hats off to them because the main TV stations won't allow that. They have to bleep this and bleep that. The FCC won't allow this, and we know we have a social media which allows pretty much everything. And they allow Donald Duck to get in there and do. And I can't. I'm trying to bring all this to a summary because I remember as I was a kid that we took care of each other in the community. There wasn't drive-by shootings. When they came to get somebody, they killed the person they came to get or got the person they came to get, and then they left. They didn't shoot older people. They didn't shoot children. It has become outrageously ridiculous with these crack babies, I call them, the drug babies. They're impatient. They have no perspective. They have no direction. They exhume with poverty and things and cars and houses, and they want to get all of these things when realizing once whoever you are, you get all these houses, all these cars, all this power, and then what? Because at this point you're following your senses. It feel good, look good, taste good, sound good, smell good. Those are 5 senses that you follow. And you don't have the 6th sense, which is common sense, what to do with the 5 you got. So you're following all these things. And once you get that thing, you're going to want something else. Or you'll smell something else, or taste something else, or see something else. Because unless you have a perspective that is connected to your 5 senses with a purpose or a direction, you're going to be this way your entire life. Now, consequently, CAN TV has a very large portion of this. We're in the digital age, and they allow me to say what I want to say. So that gives you a choice. That gives you a perspective to see and to hear. I don't really care what you think about me. I don't really, it's not a factor for me what your opinion is. My purpose is to tell the truth. And the truth is, whether you like me or not, if I'm a hoe, or if I'm a thief, or if I'm a robber or a murderer, I believe that people should tell you that, so that when you're in front of somebody, you're making friends with somebody, you're around people, they know what they're dealing with. And that's why we developed CHUCH. CHUCH is about telling the truth. Now, most people gonna try to come in and not tell the truth. Well, we have this mirror. This mirror is here. When you walk through, you run into 2 deacons. Deacon, I wish a nigga would, and deacon, nigga, please. And they are armed. And they pull their pistols and say, bitch or nigga, do you want to be saved? Because the mirror shows the hoe, the pimp, the prostitute, the motherfucking thief, the crooked politician, the liar, all the motherfucking drug dealers and everything. Because it will show you. If you look in the mirror, you can see it. Because if you look in the mirror, you can't lie to yourself. You'll see who you are. And when you come to this facility, because we deal in the spirit is not like they teach you in church. It's that spirit that governs the mentality of that individual. That mentality governs the physicality of that individual, makes him go do stupid shit or things that are worthy or things that are powerful. But this is the essence of what governs us, your spiritual mentality. Now, unless you have a triune connection where all your spiritual, mental, and your physical is connected together for a certain purpose, you're going to run into bullshit your entire life. And until you get that understanding that triune perspective of who you are has to become one in order for you to be the individual God wants you to be, you will never become that, and consequently you will die with no purpose, no legacy, and nobody will remember you, and you'll have no reason for even being on this planet. That's got to be heartbreaking. The fact of the matter is, you're going to die. I'm going to die. Everybody listening to the sound of my voice within 100 years are going to be dead. So, what is it about living since you know you're going to die? Well, life is a gift. It's a present. If you use it, then you get to leave something. You get to plant something. You get to express something that affects the people after you're gone. Like Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King. I can go on Benjamin Banneker. I can go on those that invented the stoplight, those that invented, the elevator, those that invented the rotary engine. Those are all black people. I mean, they are great, good people. Because even in the slavery, there was some good white people that said, hey, listen, this ain't right. But I understand that they were dealing with their situations. They had to deal with their peers, and they would have killed them. So some of them were quietly doing it, and some of them were boldly doing it. And that's just the way it is. We have to do it. The fact of the matter is we got to do it right or wrong. But there's a way of doing it. That's why wisdom, knowledge, and understanding comes into play. God talks in all of the Bibles about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because you need all of those things to do anything. You can do nothing without wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Otherwise, you're just doing foolish shit. And that's a fact. And many people learn it over years. Some people never learn it. Some people live to be 80 or 90 and can't have sex. They can't see. They can't run. They can't jump. So all the things they might have thought they wanted to do, they would never be able to do, because hell, they lived to 90 and 90 something, whatever years old, and they are not physically able to do it. You're young people. You need to do it now. You need to stop running around chasing your feelings. Your feelings will get you fucked. Basically, we say, fuck a feeling, fact are the facts. Now, if you deal with the fact is, again, if I plant apple seeds, I get apples. So if somebody do something, you see that's a fact. But you got to look at the spiritual element which caused that mentality to say, hey, physical self, go do this. Most of you just operate on your feelings. You ruin jobs, you ruin relationships, we're having wars because of feelings. I think that we have become children. Children again. We are unaware. We are subtle. We are running around expecting someone to give us something that we did not earn. We are lustful. We are ignorant. And that's a problem, because it's never going to go away until you do something about it. I don't know what to tell you. I do this because I try to speak the truth. I'm an ordained minister. You might say, how the fuck is this an ordained minister speaking like that? Well, most of them say here that they're now, and they fucking kids in the ass. They cheating, taking all your goddamn money. And whenever you went to church, say, hey, give me this. Now, they're good churches. I don't disagree with that. I believe that they're good churches. But when I go to the church that I believe is good, I look right in the community within an 8-10 block radius, and I see drugs. I see homelessness. I see poverty. And I see this church with all these people with these nice cars, and the pastor got Rolls Royce. How can you do that? How can you pull up in a neighborhood that is deprived of everything that human people should be able to be able to get? Food and water and clothing and healthcare and jobs, and it's just not there in the black community. Now, I'm not going to blame it on the black community. I'm not going to blame it on the mentality. Basically, I am going to say this. You always have a choice. I can blame it on a lot of different things, but no matter what comes up in your life, you have a choice. Whether your situation is hellish, whether it's glorious, whether you're in a compromising situation or not, you always have a choice. When you get up in the morning, you make 1,000 choices. What shoes I'm going to put on, what shirt I'm going to put on, which way I'm going to go, who I'm going to call, what I'm going to do. If you don't know what, why, and when you're supposed to do these things, you are going to be fucked. And it's going to pile up each and every day you do this. And this will envelop and control and become a legacy for you. And that's what you'll be remembered for, the shit you did. So what you doing? Why you here? Why do God have you on the planet? Do you know? If you don't know, then you need to start there. Why are you looking for a job? Why are you chasing this money? Why are you chasing this pussy? Why are you chasing all this power and position when you don't even know why you're here? That doesn't make sense. Think about that. That's real ignorant. I have little children that I know who are a lot more intelligent, a lot more perceptive, a lot more understanding than many adults, because they don't understand. See, I do this because that's who I am. I don't do it around kids. I don't do it where I do it in my private space. That's why I'm here. Most people don't know my business. I tell you because I don't really give a shit. What you gonna do to me? Your kids shouldn't be watching this shit in the first place. And if you're mad your kids watching it, then they put this on at a certain time. It's supposed to be on because that's the time your kids should be in bed. In fact, you should be teaching your kids how to understand things like this because you use these languages. You cuss like a sailor. You motherfuckers fight when you're in the house. Your kids see it, but you don't explain that shit to them. You don't, and you should if you gotta do it. Now you shouldn't be doing it, but if you gotta do it, you need to sit down with your children and tell them because they're a lot more intelligent than your ass is. I initially wanted to just thank CAN TV for all of the things that they've done. I'm not blaming them for anything. This is freedom of speech. I appreciate it because this world is going to hell in a handbasket. It's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. I mean, pretty much the game is the same. The shit is the same, it's just a different toilet all over the world. Everybody wants something. When somebody approaches you, when you're in the street, when you're walking at the store, whatever, somebody approaches you, they want something. Now, do you ever ask, what the hell you want with me? No. What you gotta ask, what I'm saying, this is what I usually do. I used to tell all my lady friends, people I run into, I teach, to ask 3 questions when someone approaches you. Who are you? And I don't want to know your name, motherfucker. I want to know who are you. I know Dr. King, I know Harriet Tubman, I know a whole lot of them, but who are you? Then the second question is, because they can't answer that one, where you going in life? And I'm not taking your ass to bed so we can get some pussy or you can get some dick. I'm not taking you to the mall where you get my money. I'm not letting you ride in my car. That ain't happening. If you don't know that, you sure ain't gonna know the last one. What the hell you want with me? Now you may know what you want with me, but I know you're not gonna tell me because you're on that game. First question, who are you? Where you going in life? And what the hell do you want with me? Because people look at that and they come to you and they just want what they want and they're gonna do it by any means necessary as long as you allow it. But if you ask the question, you know, like a little child, the kids I work with, the children, they like, hey, why? Why? And they keep going on, why? Every time you say something, why? Why? You end up saying, well, boy, just do what I say. And that's wrong. Because their curiosity, their intuition, they feel it and they know it. Children are born with, it's like a empty bottle, ready to soak in everything that's around, and they soak it in. They're like sponges. So what you put in your child is what they are going to receive, and that's going to reflect. It's going to come back. I see little kids saying, fuck you, kiss my ass, suck a dick, get the fuck out of my face. And parents let them do it, because the parents do it. Wow. This is really ridiculous. We've done over 50 shows with CAN TV. And the shows basically are relative to one thing, a TV show we call CHUCH. I mentioned it earlier. And we have 9 different characters that I write for. Now these are fictional characters, real people, but the names were changed to protect the guilty. These are people I've known, being a pastor, I've known in my life, I've seen all my travels. So I had to create a kind of a picture of all the people I've met in these 9 different characters. I'm the Reverend Point Blank. I have Deacon Lion Ass. I guess many of you know Deacons that lie. I have Sister Hell No, Deacon Sucker Dick. He runs the choir. I got Deacon I Wish a Nigga Would and Deacon Nigga Please at the front door. I got Sister Drinks a Lot. I mean, there are 9 different characters. So I write for those characters, but the characters I don't write for are the members. The members come into my building where we do our live show. And they're coming to a show. But the show is a real deal. We cut it from the cloth. We speak from the truth. We tell you like it is. We don't hither and thither and thou you. We tell you, nigga please. Hell no, what the hell you want? Who are you? Where the fuck you going? And why the hell you here? Well, if you do that in your life, you won't have no problems in your life. Very, it would be minimized, put it like that. If you ask people these questions, your problems will be minimized. I mean, most of the time, the person that's asking these questions, the person that they're asking those questions to, they don't know who they are. They don't know where they're going, so they just go along with some shit that sound good. Oh, that smell good. Ooh, that look good. Yeah, that car look good. Oh, ooh, that's a lot of money. Oh, damn, we shot. Ooh, that sound good. The words you said. Ooh, damn, that feel good what you did. And so they follow their senses again. And your senses will fuck you every time. And then you want to blame the person that you made a decision to go with. So now you blaming your wife for why shit fucked up. You blaming your husband for why shit fucked up. Nigga, you let them in your house. You let them in your space. You got the babies by them. It was your choice to mess with them in the first place. Now, God said you a farmer. What you should have did was looked at it and said, damn, is this ground right? Is this seed right for what I have? Is this person's mentality right for where I'm going? Is this person's mentality right for who I am? No, you don't know it because you don't know who you are. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you want except some shit, some things in life. And once you get them things, you want some more damn things, and your ass gonna be fucked your whole life, even if it's just understanding. Oh, my grandparents, they had a family and they had kids and they had this and they had the jobs. Well, not everybody's like that. Not everybody is that way. Many of the great people that I know had to sacrifice those things. Many of the great people that I've read about sacrificed those things to be the great people that they are, to provide those resources that we use today so candidly, like it's just nothing, like running water and lights that come on and the telephone that you carry around in your pocket. The Bible says in Proverbs, wisdom and knowledge is better than gold or silver. And everything you could ever desire is not to be compared to it. And I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. And by me, kings reign and princes decree justice. You don't know anything about that, do you? I'm going to say that again so you understand. I'm going to say it slow. Wisdom and knowledge is better than gold or silver. And everything in life you could ever desire is not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. And by me, kings reign and princes decree justice. Well, the witty inventions are the things we use in the cars, the cell phones, all the new gadgets, all the shit that we use. He talks about the wisdom and knowledge. That's the foundation. Well, if you don't have knowledge of something, how you gonna apply some wisdom to it? Right? And you have to have knowledge to apply understanding. Those two will give you the foundation to use wisdom, to use the understanding and the knowledge to apply your wisdom to your circumstances, and you run into them every day. Those are the choices you make, whether they're small or big. You're going to make them every day. I know people around the world that, just like people in America, chase shit. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, that's their thing. They don't really even know why they living. It's my motherfucking responsibility for what I think. I drink. It's my responsibility for what I do. I drink, I smoke, that's my damn business. I ain't hurt nobody but myself, if you want to look at it that way. But I'll do it in moderation for myself. I'm not trying to justify it. I pay for what I do. I know what's going to happen from too much of anything will kill you. Too much water will kill you. Well, people don't understand that. Because they don't know themselves to know what too much is. They don't know where they're going to know too much is. They don't know what they want in life to know what too much is. So they find themselves in a pickle, if you will. I counsel with a lot of people, all kinds of people. People that just don't understand. People that don't understand and then come around because the foundation is laid, and then they eventually develop and grow. And then there are those who hear it, say they know it, act like they know it. Maybe they do, but they don't do it. Those are the ones who continue to fall in this bottomless pit. And then they get angry because they've put themselves in a bottomless pit. They're in a position that is very difficult to get out of. So they take it out on the world. They do these mass shootings. They do all these things. They rape, they kill, they lie, they steal, they cheat. We ought to be able to see that in the spirit of an individual, when they come in our face, when they're in front of us, you ought to be able to look past the clothes, look past the eyes and the beauty, and look into the spirit of that individual and ask them why. Why are you approaching me? What do you want? These are the 5 W's. What, when, why, where, and who. If you don't ask the 5 W's, then you already screwed. And a child knows to ask those 5 W's. What, when, why, where, and who. The Bible says that the foolishness of God will confound the wise. That's amazing. When I look at the fruits, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, and oxygen, as I spoke of earlier, that's some simple stuff because we live off of it. It keeps us alive. And if we can't understand that that is the foundation of living, because it gives life, and we're going to end up back where that element is, some particles of our bodies are in the fruits, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, and oxygen, and we are eating it today. Now, that's science. That's a fact. That's scientifically a fact. It's not a myth. It's not some cult. Everybody on the planet, regardless of your religion, regardless of who you believe in, regardless of your culture, regardless of your color of your skin, you are only alive because of those things: fruits, vegetables, minerals, vitamins, and oxygen. Why does those things come in 5s? I mean, it's amazing. Numbers are, that's a whole nother thing. We had to get into that. But I'm saying this to say that we are preparing to get cast for the 9 people. We have 9, but this is going to be a very professional deal. We want everybody to be those characters to be professionals. All of the members, well, just do what you do and be who you are. We want to be able to draw people in with the facts of the 9 people, and we want to be able to show them the facts of the congregation of what's really going on, not some pretend like everybody coming in all dressed up and everybody's rich and all this other bullshit and everybody act different when they're in church. We want people to act like they are on the street, because quite frankly, if you come in the building and you act like you're somebody different, we're going to know it because of that mirror, because God knows that you outside, God is with you. When you walking in and out, when you fucking, when you cheating, when you lying, when you stealing, God knows it. So you can't come into God's house and act like it can't be seen by God's people, God's true people, who understand the elements and the spirituality of what is governing this planet. Most people spend their entire lives and don't know it. It's just the way it is. And how can you get yourself into a relationship with anybody or any job or anything until you spend enough time with yourself? You have a relationship with yourself, because if you don't know you, what you gonna do with this person? Those 3 questions: who are you, where you going in life, and what you want with me? Those are questions you need to ask yourself. Who am I? Where I'm going in life? And what do I want from life? What do I want to leave in this life? Purpose, legacy, direction. If you don't have those 3 things, you just taking up space. That's just all it is. You'll be remembered for taking up space or whatever the hell it is you did while you lived on this planet, because death is guaranteed. Life is not. Oh yeah, your ass gonna die. Me too. But everybody ain't guaranteed to live. So 5 minutes from now, ain't nobody guaranteed to live. 5 seconds from now, nobody's guaranteed. Somebody just died. There are people around the world dying right now. So your ass gonna die too. So it's not about dying. It's about living. It's about how you live. So I thank God in the morning. I take 2 pieces of pie every day. A piece of humble pie in the morning, thanking God for waking me up. And a piece of humble pie in the evening, thanking God for getting me through the day. Now with those 2 pieces of pie, my purpose, legacy, and direction is right in between that. So every night I thank God so that I can complete and do my purpose, legacy, and direction, and the reason I'm on this planet. Because you're going to die. That's guaranteed. So I just say live. Peace and love.